Good morning, Nigeria. Your morning is about to pick up.
Now that's a job for the next 2 hours, 45 minutes. It's why we are here.
Now, because you deserve the best that you can get on TV, no matter the time. My name is Tokwe Olonio.
Mike Messikenor is mine. You can stream with us live at tvcentertainment.tv on Facebook. The handle is at TVC Connect.
And also send in your comments with the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC on social media.
You can also download our app. It's available on the Android and iOS store to watch us anywhere around the world once you have internet connection.
Anyway.
Somebody's looking sharp today.
I came prepared.
This is your purple. You know, purple is my favorite color.
Really?
Yeah, so
I chose right.
I used to be in Purple House in
primary school.
And then when I understood that, of course, purple stands for royalty. Of course, no colors these days, they mean many things.
many.
So you just get one color. Red is love, red is fire, red is like...
Red is a lot of things to different people.
You know, but hey, you know something about the season is that purple, I know for its advent, a precursor to Christmas.
Christmas, yes.
So that's, of course, in the Orthodox faiths and all of that. So hey, come on. I hope you're getting ready for Christmas. Now, talking about Christmas and celebrations, you know we love to celebrate with you.
Multi-talented artist Manila Push will give us a musical performance.
And then we have Itoro Ugoji, who will talk to us about how to strengthen family bonds this festive period.
And then LBK will be giving the steps to a quick umber lips for the ladies.
Umber lips. Umber lips.
Juicy umber lips.
Of course, there's entertainment news. OAP Amal Cash will be with us in the house today. I love this boogie, the boogie.
The boogie down.
Party after party.
And then we have joining us for a performance and the chat is FA of the Big Brother Naija 2017 edition. Now that's been a while.
You know wherever near my review. I work very, very hard. Sometimes I put my bare foot. These niggas are the
tenacious. Yep.
Yeah,
so,
he has.
Yeah. So Tuesday, party after party.
You know, I think, speaking about party after party, sometimes when some songs break on the internet, you just realize that it just feels like it doesn't take so much for an artist to just blow.
You mentioned something like that. There's a time when we're talking and you said, you just have to keep doing what you're doing.
Yes,
you know, same. Someone like Effie now, you know, he has that kind of mentality. And like, okay, so he has had a lot of, you know, flack has been thrown at him. He has had a lot of, you know, side talks and comments and all of that. But you know, he at least for that I respect him. Yeah. Maybe music might not be his strongest point, but I respect him for that, for the fact that, okay, I believe in something, and no matter what anyone else says, I push it. So that's the thing with music and all that. Just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, party is like just one. It's like somebody carried a monochrome or something and
because the beat doesn't even sound like there was too much work put into it. Whatever you're doing, just be consistent.
So I don't know what happened. Was it the lyrics or was it the timing? I don't know.
Like, you know what? Let's do our own.
We do.
I don't know.
Let's not try.
You don't know.
Let's not try.
Whoever sang that song, I don't think he thought he was going to blow that quickly. He might have expected that, okay, maybe he should put a projection of 2 to 3 years. And then this party after party.
Hey, but he could have been singing for a long time. Because when you hear the backstory, you'll be like, this guy's been singing. I mean, look at somebody as young as Rema. You saw his throwback video.
Yes.
Dude has been grinding.
But we didn't know.
Dude has been grinding, and I like he was a kid. Like he was really. If you think he's a kid now, when I saw that throwback video, I was like, this guy was on that kid. At that time, dude was very, and he was pushing it. So there's a line in his song, the Maven one, where he say, "I remember when I did suffer." I was like.
When exactly was that?
You're a small boy, like you look like you just came out of school and you're
saying, come and sing. And then you're suffering.
But then when I look back and I saw that video, I said, man, this guy probably really knows what he is saying. Yeah. So you never know. What you see is the success. Overnight successes are rare. They almost do not happen. And if they do, there's always something, there's always one throw, one catch
there's always
there.
a pickup somewhere that is picking up from.
You know, you have to have grounded for quite a very long time, and then you just see that overnight.
It's like the process of the order of life.
Yeah. What is the order of life? Think of Circle of Life and Lion King and...
Circle of Life,
When lions say Circle of Life and, you know, they try to form peace, but don't they eat the other animals? Lions eat antelopes and all of that.
True.
And they talk about the Circle of Life. Preventing. So, you know, and that's why people talk about life being like a jungle. Do you have that kind of mindset?
Yes. No, I don't think jungle. I don't think jungle.
There's some people that is jungle.
Jungle just means that we're out to, everybody just out to get from the other person. I think why I say it's an order of life, because sometimes you see things progressing. So it's more or less like you know that at some point something has to go for something. Yeah.
All right. That's it. So it's Tuesday, and of course, we've kicked off December. It's going to be a very, very wonderful December. It's just the 3rd. And we got what now? Okay, let's count down to Christmas before talking about New Year. So it's 22 more days, and it's Christmas.
And my birthday's coming.
Wow. You'll have to get ready for that. But then, let's take the news this morning. Now, 5 prison inmates have been electrocuted at Nigerian Correctional Service Ikoyi Custodial Center. 7 others suffered various degrees of injuries. Yusuf Akogo, who visited the facility, reports that the cell the incident happened was congested.
The news crept out of the hidden. Bad as it sounded, it was about the condition of the facility. TVC News learned the cell meant to accommodate 35 inmates ended up having 140 inmates locked up at the time of the incident.
We're here at the premises of the Nigeria Correctional Service, Ikoyi Custodial Center, Lagos, where it's been confirmed to TVC News that earlier today at about 7 a.m., 5 inmates of this custodial center were electrocuted, while 7 others are at the hospital receiving medical attention.
The investigation will bring out when, how, and why it happened. It will be said out. But as I speak to you, we have 5 people, inmates died, and 7 are in hospital. So that I say this number because I want to avoid speculation. And everybody knows that there is overcrowding in this facility. So it is an unfortunate, our hearts and souls are with those who are dead, and we also convey our condolences to the families of the dead, and for those who are in hospital, we pray for them for a speedy recovery.
The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, who commiserates with the family of the deceased, restated his commitment to improving the welfare of inmates across various correctional services in the country.
I'm going to put together a team that will go into the root of how that accident occurred, with a view to ensuring that no such thing ever happened. This is quite sad, distressing, and disturbing. I pray for the repose of the soul of the dead, as I equally pray that God will give the bereaved families the capacity to bear the loss.
Ikoyi Medium Custodial Center was built in 1955 to house 800 inmates, but as of today, there are 3,113 inmates. 2,680 of these numbers are awaiting trial. Yusuf Akogo, TVC News, Lagos.
Policemen attached to Uso checkpoint in a local government area of Ondo State have allegedly shot a haulage driver moving some vehicles to Abuja. The driver was killed after an argument with the policemen on duty. This led to traffic snarl as many travelers were stranded. More policemen have been deployed to the scene of the incident to put the situation under control. The Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed the suit filed by the Police Service Commission challenging the power of Inspector General of Police Mohammed Adamu to recruit 10,000 police officers. The presiding judge, Inyang Ekwo, held in his ruling that the suit lacked merit. The PSC had taken the police to court over the recruitment of 10,000 constables as both parties could not agree on who has the mandate to carry out the exercise. Joined as defendants in the suit were the Nigerian Police Force, Minister of Police Affairs and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The Police Service Commission had submitted that none of the respondents is authorized by law to play any role in the appointment, promotion, dismissal, or exercise of disciplinary measures over persons holding or aspiring to hold offices in the Nigeria Police Force. A federal high court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos, has ordered for the interim forfeiture of the Ilorin residences of former President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission went to court on the grounds the two buildings were bought with the proceeds of unlawful activity. The court order will be published in national newspapers, and anyone interested in the properties would have to explain why they should not be forfeited to the federal government. The buildings are on numbers 10 and 11 Abdul Qadir Street, GRA. Former Speaker of Taraba State House of Assembly, Abel Peter Dia, has congratulated his successor, Joseph Kunini, and other principal officers on their election and inauguration. In a statement signed by his Chief of Staff, the former Speaker said Governor Darius Ishaku will remain his political principal, describing his time as Speaker as a privilege in the service of Taraba State. Mr. Dia resigned on Sunday and said his reason was personal. He says he decided to place the interests of Taraba State above everything else. Beginning from January 2020, evidence of tax payment will be a condition for operating a bank account. That is according to the financial bill passed by the National Assembly. The bill submitted to the lawmakers with the 2020 budget by President Muhammadu Buhari is designed to improve financial operations in the country and streamline the tax regime. It is expected to be signed with the budget before end of the month to actualize a return to the January-December budget cycle. According to a section of the bill, banks will require anybody opening an account to provide his or her tax identification number. Those who already have accounts with banks will also be required to provide their tax identification number. The intention is to make sure that more people are captured into the tax net. And that's in a news update for this hour. Let's bring you the weather forecast, and after that we'll have a break and then sports.
Yeah, we probably will be starting with the punch this morning. The World Bank has a message for the federal government. Reform now to stop further slide into extreme poverty. The bank says 30 million more Nigerians may be poor in 2030, and Nigeria to be home of 25% of world's extremely poor people. Wow. And the court orders forfeiture of Saraki's houses to federal government, and no apology for sitting transport varsity in Daura, Amici says. A naval captain gets bail after 1 year in detention. Wow. 11 corpses discovered in River's abandoned boat. And PDP may boycott future polls if rigging persists. And 5 awaiting trial inmates electrocuted in Ikoyi prison. And Buhari's disregard for court orders, legendary. NBA Shiites and Femi Falana say. And federal government generated 876 billion naira from VAT in 9 months, says the NBS. And deep-rooted dishonesty in Nigeria warranted border closure, Buhari says. And court upholds IG's power to recruit 10,000 constables. And finally, federal government owes pensioners 400 billion naira, says the Senate. That's what we have on the cover of The Punch.
And straight up to the nation, just above the paper flag there, we have Saraki loses 1 billion naira houses to federal government. 5 inmates electrocuted in Ikoyi prisons. And the president there says borders will remain shut. The headline there, INEC and APC differ with PDP over violent polls. 3 riders underneath, 4 of them. PDP alleges rigging collusion. APC opposition should wake up. Credible poll, collective duty, says INEC. And Dixon, 22 killed during Bayelsa election. World Bank warns of a rise in poverty. ECA down to 0.1 billion naira. And anti-Mago plot thickens. CSOs co-opted. And there is a picture of the recently crowned Ballon d'Or winner, Barcelona and Argentina forward Lionel Messi, with the men's Ballon d'Or he won for his 6th time last night. All of this on the front page of The Nation.
Let's look at the Daily Sun, talking about deaths in Ikoyi prison. 5 inmates electrocuted, 7 others critically injured. Police, IPOB in bloody clash, 4 feared dead in Anambra. And Rivers Guba, appeal court affirms Wike's re-election as governor appoints 15 special advisors. Intense lobby intrigue engulf EFCC over chairmanship. IGP floors PSC on fresh recruitment. Court strikes out suit against Adamu. And NLC kicks over sack of 1,000 bankers. Wow. That's a story you'll find on page 2. And on our photo story, we have President Muhammadu Buhari with Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje and another governor, and Minister of Transportation, Chibuike Amechi, during the groundbreaking ceremony of the University of Transportation in Daura yesterday. And that's what we have on the cover of the Daily Sun.
And straight up to the Nigerian Tribune. A power failure. Nigerians spend $14 billion on generators yearly, AFDB, and to boost nation's power sector with 76 billion naira. And right above, or right beneath the flag there, we have Pioneer Transport University will lead innovation. Buhari and construction begins. UBA emerges African Bank of the Year. Policeman kills truck driver at checkpoint in Ondo. And World Bank says 4.5 million Nigerians joined labor force in 2018. That's from the World Bank. Here we also have court orders interim for feature of Saraki's Ilorin house. And police recruitment, IGP has powers to recruit, says the court. All of this on the front page of the Tribune.
I think we have time for one more. That's the Vanguard. Ikoyi prison tragedy, how 6 inmates were electrocuted, 18 in coma. Wow. Only 5 dead, 7 injured, says Minister. Our facilities overcrowded, says Controller General of Corrections. VAT revenue declines 275 billion naira in Q3 of 2019. And 5 killed as police IPOB members clash in Anambra. Ganduje sends bill for 4 new Kano Emirates afresh. Oh, wow. And border closure, domestic fuel consumption down by 30%, says Buhari. And police discover 11 corpses abandoned and in abandoned boat in rivers. Wow. And my father had 7,000 naira in his account when he was killed, Murtala's son says. And I have no regret sitting transport varsity in Daura, says Amechi. And on the back cover of The Guardian there we have, the Vanguard, we have Messi beats Van Dijk to record 6th Ballon d'Or crown. Wow. That's amazing.
That's amazing. There's
number 6. He arranged everything on the table.
I'm telling you, just something else. Something else. Yeah. That's all, of course, on the review of headlines in the papers this morning. We'll take the short break now and get back with the traffic situation in Lagos.
Welcome back. We are about to give you tips on the best routes for you this morning to get you to your destination faster. Now, as always, we encourage that you help other road users by dropping relevant traffic situation reports on all our social media pages using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria. So we're going to be taking our first route from Yaba or Shoki through to Victoria Island, Lagos. And now what I'm seeing here, it's going to take you approximately 46 minutes, which is the fastest route. Now the journey starts from Oyinbo axis. Now you have a free flowing traffic all the way till you get to the Hidden Filling Station, which leads you off to Abeokuta Street, which is free flowing as well, up until you get to the midpoint on Abeokuta Street, which has a bit of traffic there. And if you decide to take the Clinic Road, now that is going to take you 50 minutes, just 4 minutes slower than Abeokuta Street. Now from we stay okay good at some point, which is at Tapa Street. We have a free flowing traffic which connects you back to Clinic Road, so you might just want to stay on this route. And now Clinic Road is free all the way till you get to the point which joins Third Mainland Bridge, which of course we know might not be so free, but as of now it's just slight moving traffic going all the way, and then you drive for a bit, and then there's an 8 minutes congestion on Third Mainland Bridge, which continues to go back to back slowly, and then you get to when we get to a point, when you get to Osborne now, when you're turning down, it's the traffic is better at that point, and I'm saying it's free flowing, and you go all the way to all the way before Adeniji to Osborne is free for now. Now, while I check others, let's hear from Mike and Yomi. I am sure they have some reports for us.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sure we do.
Just something here I saw it earlier, and I'm trying to get back to it. This is Giddy Traffic. This is a mention from at Callaway_2, who says, don't dull it. If you are coming to Ikeja from Dokbemu under bridge and you are stuck inside that traffic from Mangoro, just come down and join us in trekking.
Wow.
So
that's this morning?
That's this morning. This is just came in about 10 minutes ago. So I will check the map to know the situation around that area. But I know the governor, Vice Handel, dropped a timetable of different routes in Lagos and when they'll be repaired or when they'll be worked on, and allowed for that to allow people to know when and how to move around those particular areas. I'll check for it now. Well, maybe Yomi or Tokwe goes through some tweets. I'll check for that.
I'm just gonna take some updates, some very recent updates. This is 1 minute ago. Here it says, if you're taking the Abeokuta Oshodi Expressway this morning, a vehicle just caught fire before cement. So that's a big deal because that's already a busy road. It's already a busy road. A vehicle just caught fire before cement. Find a way to reroute because the traffic is beginning to build up. There's also a petrol tanker not far from the vehicle as well. So hopefully people don't get stuck in that location. And yeah, because it just caught fire, so you can imagine it's going to take like a lane or two. Because you know how the fire burns and all of that. So that's people need to be very careful in that direction. 1 or 2 people are complaining about December traffic here, and there's traffic from Mangoro to Ikeja along, going to Ikeja inside. Take Guinness as an alternative route. So if you're coming, if you're going from Mangoro to Ikeja along or heading in that axis, Guinness might be a better route at this time for you, which is not necessarily that much better, but if it's probably better than the Mangoro route. So that's what we have from our end here.
Okay, well, coming back now, let's take a trip journey from Bajab, which we know as Bega, all the way to Obalende. Now, this should take you approximately 1 hour, 14 minutes. Now, this is a straight, from Baja, we have a straight clear road, which is we're thankful for, all the way to MKO Abiola Gardens area. Now, if you want to take the alternative route, which takes you through Maryland, now that will take you 1 hour, 18 minutes as of now. So that's like 4 minutes slower. So you might want to not take that. Now, we have traffic all the way from Olakule Street, Alakpere, Now the traffic goes all the way 3rd Mainland, but when you're coming down from 3rd Mainland around Adeniji, the traffic is better, but it seems to get thicker again at Osborne. But you know how it is. Just make sure you try not to allow anyone piss you off in the course of your journey and just stay on your lane, and I'm sure you will get to work in good time. Now I will be joining Mike and Yomi because there's some juicy gist that we need to talk about.
Oh, okay. You have gist.
Yeah, you have gist up because everything now is just about Lionel Messi and the Ballon d'Or, Virgil van Dijk and all of that. But at the same time, I just saw a video here of a policeman and conductor exchanging slaps. I'm like, oh, that conductor get mine though. I think correct was his oh.
You know, this month of December, people need to be
more
cautious, careful along the way. Just keep a low profile. You understand? Like this morning, I was, like I said,
tell us about that experience.
I had to use the ATM because it was urgent.
Okay.
Pretty early. So, you know, so when I got to the ATM, I had checked 1 or 2. So I finally got to this one. It was sufficiently well lit. So I'd seen 2 cars, guys in 2 cars, but I didn't pay them any mind. I just thought, okay, maybe they just withdrew money and all of that. But I was withdrawing cash. I was keeping an eye on them because they looked a bit shady, if you know what I mean. So, and then got into the car to drive out. I then saw that they had blocked the exit to the bank. Wow. With their car, and the other car was behind me and was gradually easing up. So I don't know.
Panicking.
No need to panic. So, but because I had spotted it, I sort of seen their movements earlier on. I didn't move too close to the car that was blocking the exit.
Oh, okay.
So what I then did was that I just faced the car that was coming to block me from behind. I just turned and faced him and put my full lights on. And when I did, this was in the banking premises.
Oh, the banking?
It was in the bank premises. So when I put my full light on the other guy behind me, he then stopped because he couldn't see. So I then drove past him and then drove out of the inn.
But you just did that small James Bond. Small car.
And while you guys are waiting for the new James Bond movie to come out next year.
That was your audition scene.
I'm serious. So they blocked, so the exit was blocked with their car. I'd seen them earlier, they hadn't blocked the exit. So, but when I was coming out, they then blocked the exit. And
that's some scary.
That was some crazy.
So
I don't know what I'd have done.
It's December, so people have to,
like, man, you really do have to
look over your shoulder.
Ooh.
Just make sure that.
In situations like that, some people just freeze and maybe not know what to do.
I would freeze. I would probably start crying.
I was about to get annoyed that why this guy was blocking the exit.
You didn't even know what was
happening. No. You know, I'd seen them earlier when I was driving, and I was about to get upset, come out of the car, move out of the way or something. So, but when I saw the guys behind us,
you knew that
quick calculations.
Your strength will not carry that.
This reminds me of a particular situation. It wasn't so good, but it made me laugh. It was this kind of a thing. So I and some guys, this was quite some years back. We were going for an event. It was late. So we hired this car or something. This was around the Fadi area. I think we were going to Igbobi. Yes, it was an all-night event at Igbobi. So just around that Fadi area, I know that area is a hot spot.
Yeah. So
we just were going. One car just came. The way they did it, when they swerve and block in front, but they do it. This one just did it as if so they just swerved and blocked us. Yeah. So what actually happened was that my guys came out. I and another guy, we came out and then we moved forward.
Like you came out of the street.
So there's my guy who was beside me now came out and now saw that car. The way the car stopped, he now looked inside and saw that the guy was struggling to open the door.
That's robbery gone wrong.
So, Baba now, being a nice guy that he was now, being a church boy, it was a church event we were going for, so good boys. Guy went to help the guy open the door. I'm telling you, this is not a joke.
You have to help the person that wants to rob you.
Baba, as you help the guy open the door, slap first reach out. Oh yeah. They call it this back. We just heard as we heard, bo, chi. Jagba! What was in front?
Why won't you leave him there?
You let your friend there.
Well, we took off. This year, I want to say, yeah, the way we took off.
What?
Imagine.
So, you understand, this guy, they took the guy's bag, man, and we young boys, nothing was inside anything.
Terrible.
That's some crazy experience. I don't have any crazy experience to share in that regard, but I saw something last night and I'm like, oh, you're me and Mikey are in trouble.
Wow.
So don't worry, it's good trouble.
Okay.
So Mike of Big Brother, this year's Big Brother, shared why, responded to people.
Mike is a handsome one.
Wow, coming from you, Yomi.
I'm asking now.
Yours? Oh, you're trying to get my mouth. Mike is the married one. That's
okay.
Yes, that's Mike. So Mike gave a response to people who were asking him how he stays faithful to his wife. Now I want to ask a question. As a married man and an aspiring to be married man, why is faithfulness so I won't say sensitive, but why is it such a strong point for men in Nigeria?
Strong point as per...
like, if someone is...
So a woman has to be faithful.
Yes, a woman has to be faithful. A woman
but a man
being
can
faithful.
do what he likes.
Yes.
Okay, so from my own angle, my own angle will be different.
How will I know?
I'll be quoting scriptures for you.
But
I think it's both ways. I think most modern Nigerian couples and families, I think, have a good balance when it comes to issues of faithfulness and all that. It's not like the old days where a man could marry one wife and then marry somebody else outside somewhere else. It's different now.
But you bring it up at the second.
Yes, I was going to say I'll bring it up.
We'll take this break now. We're back with birthday shout-outs.
Life is all about the moments where you finish and finish strong.
Very true, very true. It's end of year, of course. Wake Up Nigeria gives amazing moments for you to cherish.
We're back again. Second day of the week. First hour is already gone.
Yeah, it is, man. Like, that first hour goes so fast.
It's really fast, and I like it like that. It's also
really,
pretty good.
Really, it is.
Anyway, we like that you've joined us this morning. My name is Yomi Ope.
I'm Mike Messi-Kenor. Of course, we're streaming live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yeah, send in your comments across our social media platforms with the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
We have an app. You can download that app on both Android and iOS stores. And you can also watch us via the app. You can communicate with us. You can interact with us. You can send in messages. You can also send in our reports via the app. Go on the App Store, just check for the TVC app. And probably there's one or two more. You have to check out our logo. I'm sure by now you definitely know our logo. That's the TVC logo. And you are
It's going to be nice. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Now, of course, somebody who's back in the building that I'm sure you're going to like her. Chef Ife.
Of course.
In the building. And, of course, she's with Talkby Education.
Talkby is going to be in this.
Good morning, people. Good morning.
How you doing, Ife?
I'm good. Very good.
How you doing, Ife?
Fine.
Mike, she said she's good.
It's great. Calm down. I know if he's unlike some people that don't want to give us the milk we need this morning, but I trust if he is on point.
She's always on point.
She is on point. So let's get straight to what we have today.
Yes, indeed. Now, on parenting, Itoro Ugoji will be joining us to talk about how to strengthen family bonds this festive period. It's very nice.
It is.
Something that, yeah.
Family. It is. Family.
Yeah.
And then LBK will be giving steps to a quick umber lips for the ladies.
Also to come is entertainment news with Mike and Ugandan on-air personality Amal Cash.
And then we have joining us for a performance and a chat, FA of the Big Brother 2017 Niger fame, the winner. He'll be here to talk with us.
Sometimes I put my bare foot. These niggas at the point where they will say.
Well, that's if you're up in there, that's not bad.
Very
okay.
Impressive.
Not bad. You know.
Before you guys, before you run away from the topic.
Okay, that topic.
Yes,
So I was saying, I hadn't finished what I was saying.
You had it.
So I was saying that, that the reason why they usually emphasize a lot on the women, that, women have to be faithful and all that, is basically tradition. But modern age now has a good balance. People expect both parties to be faithful. You expect the man to be faithful, and then you expect the woman to be faithful as well. So it's not like, back in the 80s where the men could do anything that they liked, have like 3 or 4 children outside the home and all of that. It's a bit different now. Women are not taking rubbish. It does walk.
Speaking of commitment now, Mike, as a single guy, would you rather just be single and free or be committed in a relationship?
You see, it depends on what you want to. Look, and I would say, it depends on what your plans are, what you want to be, because getting married, a number of people, you have to understand that one way or the other, it might seem deep, but you definitely have to get to marry someone that can complement you. One way or the other, there has to be some complementary kind of synergy between both of you, and that's the thing. Once you can complement each other, you should help me maybe get closer to my dreams, or maybe I should, it doesn't always have to be about dreams and all that, but it just has to be about complementing each other. I'm there for you, you're there for me and all that. But if it cannot work for you, for me, I take it as it comes. If it cannot work for you, maybe being single, it's not everybody that can. That the married life is called out for. Even in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's not everybody.
But don't you think that in Nigeria, I don't know, I won't say about other parts of Africa and the world, but don't you think like in Nigeria, marriage is like an order of life?
Yes.
Most times. You're engaged. Why did you decide you were going to become engaged? I think maybe we should start from there. Because was that an order of life for you? Did you feel, I have to get married at this time?
No, I did feel I had to get married. And then as ladies, we don't dictate when we get engaged, really. It's the guy that would think about it for 5 years. And then you just have 2 seconds to make up your mind, yes or no, yes or no. Yes
no, but it's not about 2 seconds. The guy should have given you hints. You don't fall his leg.
Well, the thing, to be honest, I thought it was going to come in 2020. So I really thought that, okay, we'll probably get engaged in 2020. And so it coming in 2018, or it was on my birthday, I was really shocked.
So I wanted to ask, so why do women, and this is, I wish the other ladies were here as well. Yeah. Why do women put themselves under so much pressure? Like, they see certain things and they say, oh, he's going to propose today, or he's going to propose this year. And then all her friends are also, that's part of their prayer points,
Yeah.
Maybe
this year.
No, because I think it's like I say, it's like the order of life, because you start to see that your friends are getting engaged. So you start to feel like, maybe I'm next. My birthday is coming, just maybe it's my turn.
Exactly.
And you tell your friends, better come for my birthday. You have to take pictures, you have to record videos. That's how it is.
And the guy wants to listen to you, and you're already saying yes. All right, we have to head to the news now. Kemi is on standby.
Good morning, everyone. We begin in Ondo State at this time, where policemen attached to a short checkpoint in Owo, local government area of the state, have allegedly shot a haulage driver moving some vehicles to Abuja. The driver was killed after an argument with a policeman on duty, and this led to a traffic snarl as many travelers were stranded. More policemen have now been deployed to the scene of the incident to put the situation under control. And back in Abuja, a federal high court has dismissed the suit filed by the Police Service Commission challenging the power of the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, to recruit 10,000 police officers. Justice Enyang Eko held in the ruling that the suit lacked merit. The commission had taken the police to court over the recruitment of 10,000 constables, as both parties couldn't agree on who has the mandate to carry out the exercise. Joined as defendants in the suit were the Nigeria Police Force, Minister of Police Affairs, and the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The Police Service Commission had submitted that none of the respondents is authorized by law to play any role in, quote, the appointment, promotion, dismissal, or exercise of disciplinary measures over persons holding or aspiring to hold offices in the Nigeria Police Force, end quote. Still in the court, a federal high court, this time in Lagos, has ordered for the interim forfeiture of the Ilorin residences of the former president of the Senate, Bukola Saraki. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission went to court on the grounds that both buildings were bought with the proceeds of what it called unlawful activity. The court order would be published now in national newspapers, and anyone interested in the properties would have to explain why they shouldn't be forfeited to the federal government. The buildings are on numbers 10 and 11 Abdul Kadir Street in GRA, Ilorin. Former Speaker of the Taraba State House of Assembly, Abel Peter Dear, has congratulated his successor, Joseph Kunini, and other principal officers on their election and inauguration. In a statement signed by his chief of staff, the former speaker said Governor Darius Ishaku will remain his political principal, describing his time as speaker as a privilege in the service of Taraba State. Mr. Dear resigned on Sunday and said his reason was personal. He says he decided to place the interest of the Taraba State government above every other thing. Beginning from January 2020, evidence of tax payment will be a condition for operating a bank account, and that's according to the financial bill passed by the National Assembly. The bill submitted to the lawmakers with the 2020 budget by President Muhammadu Buhari is designed to improve financial operations in the country and streamline the tax regime. It's also expected to be signed with the budget before the end of the month to actualize the return to the January to December budget cycle. According to a section of the bill, banks will require anyone opening an account to provide his or her tax identification number. And those who already have accounts with banks will now be required to provide their tax identification number as well. The intention is to make sure more people are captured into the tax net. Well, that's the news this hour. Stay tuned for the
Hello, people. We are making, this was a special one in town. Chef Ife calls it the sweet potato Spanish omelette. Yes, get your paper and biro. You need to write this down. The sweet potato Spanish omelette. And do you call the kebab? How did you call it?
Sausage kebab.
Sausage kebab. This is a lot of goodness going on in the kitchen. Now, but before we go, let's quickly take a rundown of what we're using to make this special delicacy.
Okay, so we are using our sweet potato.
Okay.
Already boiling here.
Yeah.
We are making use of eggs.
Okay.
Tomato, fresh one.
Yes.
Onion.
Okay.
You can use any type of bell pepper you want, different colors.
Oh, okay.
So, but today I'm using green and red. Yes, and then our chicken sausage.
Okay.
And these are runner beans.
Now, these runner beans, I'm really interested in how we actually get to have this and the beans itself.
You can just open it up if you don't want it, but the problem is that it will disappear inside the meal.
Okay.
So
was there a particular reason why you decided to open it up?
It opened by itself.
It opened by itself, so you just made it colorful.
Yes.
Okay, and what do we have here?
Okay,
what cheese?
This is just a sliced cheese.
Sliced cheese,
yes.
Okay. And these are your seasonings?
Seasoning, yes.
Okay, now, any seasoning in particular for this kind of meal, or it just depends on your
taste? Your taste.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Now, I like to ask for my guest. This should cost approximately how much?
Wow. Okay. Let's say we With this,
yes.
This is not a pack.
It's not a pack, okay.
Yes, just
so let's say without this.
Without this and without the cheese.
Yes.
This can be like 1,000.
Oh, this is a meal on a budget.
Yeah, because
this is
it's
definitely
just
on a budget.
Little, and it's not hard to make.
With the sausage and the cheese, we could say this is like a 3,000 naira.
No, with the sausage and the cheese. Let's say 2,000.
Well, this is
but when you buy it, you know you're not going to use the whole sausage and
of course. So now you chose sweet potatoes. Can we use Irish potatoes?
Yes, Irish is very good.
Irish is good as well.
Yeah,
okay, so now
you know it's in season.
Yes, it's in season. So we're definitely going to go ahead with cooking this. And when we come back, there's a whole lot more interesting things that is going to go down as regards to food after this break.
Welcome back. One of the reasons for the festive period is because there's a lot of time for family. That's if you're not working. But it's also a time for families to come together and create lasting memories and take lots of pictures as well. Now, Itoro Ugoji is the CEO and team lead at the Baby Lounge. If you've used that service before, you know they're very nice, and they have this really nice, very nice nannies as well. And a leading provider of innovative solution to childcare. Now, she will be giving us tips on how to nurture family bonds this season. And sometimes this season looks like it's a very stressful season for people, especially for mothers, trying to run after kids and provide food on one side, 3 meals on one side, and then, trying to maintain the house. And, but it can be a pretty stressful period, but it can also be a very good period. But how do you make the best of family time during Christmas, New Year, any festive period?
Actually, it's the perfect opportunity to bond. It is, and from the most mundane activities. So just get the children involved in your regular routine. So simple activities, seemingly simple activities like your grocery shopping. Is an opportunity. About this time, there's a lot of shopping, going on. So involve the children in, being part of, that activity. Grocery shopping, picking up gifts for the family, setting up the family, Christmas tree. You'll be amazed at how excited the children would be to go into the open market. It's an opportunity to also have those conversations. So it's not about, the quantity of time, it's about the quality of time you spend.
So how do you balance, in a city like Lagos, that is really busy, stress levels can be very high, even during the festive period. So how do you create a balance? Because sometimes after all the shopping, I know it sounds very nice, go grocery shopping like you called it, and let's say you buy fish and meat and all those things that you have to clean them up. It looks like it's a lot of work, especially for mothers, like we said before. How do you ensure that you balance it out, the stress with the family time and also trying to get time to rest as well?
It's actually the attempts to try to balance that is very frustrating. How about integrating? So it's no longer, we're shifting from work-life balance to work-life integration. So instead of attempting, to just juggle all those balls and ensure that none drops, you would definitely drop a couple. There's nothing wrong in dropping and picking them up and back up. So it's, like I said, it's about integrating, those activities, getting the children. Of course, it has to be age appropriate. And in integrating those activities, right, it's important that you never take your eyes off safety and security. So even when you're getting the children involved in the shopping and the kitchen activities, it's also important that you keep them, safe. Now you would think it's very overwhelming. It's about, doing this in bits. So little tiny steps. So first take them, to the stores, ensure they pick the things, put them into the carts themselves. You'll be amazed at how much help they could actually be.
So it's just those little things, because one of the things that we've heard, several times is you hear of all these family getaways and all of that, which can be pretty expensive.
Absolutely.
Some people are going off to Dubai. Some are saying that we're going out of Lagos, and at the end of the day, you see that the family has spent so much money. But you are saying that you can stay in a particular location, which could be at home, and create all these little timeouts for the family itself.
Definitely, bonding doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It doesn't have to be. It's about creating memories, beautiful memories. And beautiful memories could be, having that conversation, okay, or getting involved in that activity with the children. It's about the kids this time.
Yeah.
Remember, you're not creating the memories for yourself. It's about the children. So what are they happy doing? You'll be amazed that all the kids want is to have those conversations with you, is to have, to do those activities with you, which they typically do not do, because most times they're in school, you drop them off in a hurry, you're dashing to work. So how about, even the drive from school? How about, playing an audio book, for example, and you listen to the stories together and you laugh together. You share those moments together.
These are little bonding moments. Now, one of the things that I also find, I'm a father myself, is that during these festive periods, daddies just like to sleep while all the bonding is going on with mommy and the kids and all of that. How do you get fathers involved? Because I think it's another key issue. One of the things I also find during this time is when I'm trying to rest and the kids are disturbing, I can just yell, be quiet, or go out of the room, or go and play with your mom, or, just how do you ensure that this integration is the full family and not that one person is left out or one person would rather just be sleeping and all of that, but everybody gets involved, especially the fathers?
So meal times. How about everybody, partakes of that meal together? How about, waking daddy up with a cup of coffee?
Nice, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Okay, so wake daddy up with a cup of coffee.
How about
so that
bringing a book over to daddy, to read with you?
Okay. So these are little things that can then happen within the house situation that can then create
absolutely
good engagement.
How about daddy doing the drop-offs?
Okay, so the drop-offs as well. Very nice. Okay, so closer to when it then comes to sitting together and all these kinds of engagement, what would be the expected outcome at the end of the day for the entire family?
So definitely well-balanced children. I normally say, the kids cannot be 5-year-olds again. They cannot be 3-year-olds again. So when you miss that time with them, you would never get it back. So make it count. It's so important. You'll be amazed that, the memories growing up is all these children have. And those memories are very critical foundations to the adults that they become.
Which is really, really key. You're saying things that I'm sure is resonating with a lot of parents right now, because 1 minute your child is 1 year old, and then the next minute they're 5 and they're 10.
So fast.
They grow up really fast. And before you know, they're teenagers. And all of that. There's something that you said which I thought was significant, having conversations and getting your kids to speak, especially during this period. Do you look at engaging the kids one-on-one, one after the other, or together?
Both. For the one-on-one, they typically will be the ones, who start off those conversations. You want to think back at how many times you've had to shush and shut the kids up unknowingly because you're busy or you're engrossed. Can we just reduce the phone times or the times we spend on our gadgets this season?
Very important. I think that that's very instructive. Even for all parents as well. Get rid of those phones and those devices. Focus on the kids and have some good bonding time. Thank you so much, Itoyi, for joining us this morning. Anyway, for some quick tips, let's head over to Tokwe, who's got a guest with her right now during the DIY.
Thank you, Yomi. I have with me Omolabake, CEO of LBK Makeovers. Now, no knowledge is wasted, and LBK has joined us this morning to show the ladies how to achieve a quick ombre lips at their homes by themselves. Now, Omolabake Olaoluwa is a professional makeup artist, hairstylist, and a nail technician and trainer. You seem to have a lot.
Yeah.
Hairstylist, but you've taken all the money.
It's not my fault.
Okay, so we're doing the ombre lip. Now, why should an individual do the ombre lip at home versus just a one-color lip?
Okay, so one thing about this ombre lips is that there's this look it gives you. It adds to a makeup look. I think it's better than just applying one lip color.
Okay.
Because when you apply two colors, even if you don't do eyeshadow, it brings out the look. You don't have to stress yourself doing eyeshadow sometimes. If you're going for a party and you want them to notice you, you do ombre lips like wine and red, brown and nude, different kind of colors you decide to combine.
Okay, so now let's quickly do that for our viewers at home.
Okay. So I'm going to be using burgundy and nude.
Okay. Burgundy and nude.
Yeah. You apply the darker color first to line the lip. Make sure you trace it well. The other side. Then you go in with a nude lip color. Then you smack. Smack.
I'm smacking.
So make sure it's well blended. If it's not, you take your brush and you blend it in. Make sure you don't leave any harsh lines. And we're done. It's as simple as that.
Okay. I'm sure I look like a baby girl.
Of course.
Oh, thank you so much, Labake, for
welcome.
teaching us the ombre lip, which is so quick to achieve. And I'm definitely going to be trying that. But now we're going to have to go for a quick break, and we will be right back.
Welcome back. You know, one of the big things that we do on the show, we'll try to engage SMEs.
True.
And apart from that, we have engagements with people who help out SMEs as well. And we've got somebody special joining us this morning.
Here's Charles Odi, the Executive Director of SME 100 Africa, is here with us to give us details about the Lagos Small Business Summit, which has been organized in commemoration of Global Entrepreneurial Week, the 4th edition of which held on the 20th and 21st of last month.
That's amazing.
It is.
Of course, the SME 100, they had a partnership with TVC for this conference, and it was really, really good. Thank you so much for joining us, Charles.
Thank you for having me.
Looking really sharp. So tell us how the conference went.
Okay, so basically this is the 4th edition. What we do every year is we try to bring together government, academia, private sector, and the small business owners to foster conversations around doing business in Lagos and Nigeria at large. So, I mean, we started, I don't know if you remember, some years ago when the Lagos state government demolished some small business offices in Lagos. And then instead of getting the small businesses to, carry placards and stage some protests, we are like, okay, let us have a conversation as to how
we who are doing businesses in Lagos can actually get supported by the government, how we can get supported by people in academia, and how, the private sector can come together and, create this infrastructure that can help small businesses thrive in Lagos.
So that was the idea. That was how it was conceived and all of that. Now, how far are you with going, getting to that aim, that thing you want? You want everybody to come to a round table, I'm sure. That's it. Get everybody together. Let's talk about the challenges. Let's see how we can help each other. How far would you say you've gone with in that regard?
Okay, so every year we take the report to the Lagos State government and we show them how the small businesses are thinking in Lagos, right? So, of course, there have been intervention funds, in terms of financing them. The private sector also are looking at how they can better help structure these small businesses in terms of getting access to finance as well. But the big question comes to infrastructure and policies that can help these small businesses thrive. So at the summit, one of the biggest concerns for the small businesses was taxes. I give an instance. A small business owner who owns a restaurant is paying tax for the signage on the top of her restaurant.
Even if she's not making money yet.
She's paying the radio and TV levy for having either radio or TV in the restaurant. The water that comes out of the drainage system into the drain, she's paying a tax for that. And then other kind of taxes. So for a small business owner, it looks like it's cumbersome. I'm being taxed, but then again, what is the government doing to provide some kind of support or infrastructure to help my business thrive? So those kind of conversations for a small business owner can get frustrating, But it's good to have those conversations so that the government and to be very fair, the government, I think the tax representative that represented the chairman of LIRS was trying to explain the reasons for these different taxes. Like the signage tax doesn't come to LIRS; it's a body called LASA. That's the other tax, is the one that comes to LIRS, and the other corporate taxes go to FIRS. So they're different, even though from a small business perspective, you see it as one, and then
That's just a huge outlay that comes out of your money.
A huge sum of money that's coming out, and you're like, okay, so I'm the one who's fixing the roads to my office. I'm the one generating power. So what is my tax doing? So
one of the questions I've always wanted to ask you about some of these summits that we usually see. Lots of people, and I've heard lots of businesses say that the government pays a lot of lip service to small business. We usually come out and say we're supporting small businesses, and they make all these bogus promises over the years, which they usually don't fulfill. Are things changing since your SME conference has started?
Okay, so from the government side, a couple of them are now taking into consideration some of these pain points. So if you look at Nigeria's economy, they have 41 million small businesses registered. In those 41 million, businesses registered, those 41 million, 99% are small businesses. These small businesses are very important to the economy, so more important that the government should be the number one agenda for the government. If for instance, look at these big corporates, I'm not going to mention their names now, when they do advertising, they advertise for first class and 2-1s. But who is going to employ the third class and the 2-2s? It's the small businesses.
Right.
Do you understand? So it's the small businesses actually employing and creating employment for the economy.
Population,
But yet they're not getting the support that they should from the government. But I mean, the government is trying to, make things simpler, like NAFDAC registration. They're trying to simplify that, because back in the day, it was easier for the camel to pass through the eye of the needle than for you to get NAFDAC registration in 2-3 months. So all of those things, with the Lagos State Ministry of Commerce and Industry, trying to see how, if these people are actually doing businesses to make the economy thrive, let us support them. So some funds are coming in, some help is coming in, and we on our side, we pull the private sector. This is the second time we're giving a $1 million grant to a winner at the summit. Just so, and this is not, this is not loan, this is not equity. We're not taking equity in the business.
It's just a grant.
A grant to say, take this $1 million.
I didn't hear about this.
We're supporting.
But wonderful. That means that you're getting close. because we're getting close to that place where we can see where the government and the private sector, there's that synergy, and small businesses can thrive. What would be the point? Where's that point that you're looking at that you would say you've achieved most of your dreams, or you would say that okay, we are now stable? What would you want to see? What's that thing you want to see?
I mean, in the nearest future, I want to see that everything it's on one dashboard. I want to start up a business today. All the licenses I can get, it's synchronized into one place. All the taxes that I pay, it's synchronized into one place. So there should be more information, more knowledge as to how to start a business, how to grow your business, what associations you need to join, what taxes you need to pay, everything just on one dashboard. But right now it's looking like it's here and there. Like tomorrow someone can just come and knock and say,
exactly,
I am this guy.
Yeah. And they'll show you an ID card or they wear a uniform. That happens a lot.
That can frustrate you. Like I'm trying to do business here. I'm trying to help people. I'm employing people. I'm going to shut down. Some people will shut down, go and dust that.
That's one of the things I wanted to talk about. The government is complaining a lot about tax evaders and people who are not, lots of businesses that are registered that are not paying taxes, or they have fake addresses and things like that. What is the best thing the government can do to encourage businesses to open up and come forward? Because a lot of businesses right now are hiding because of these issues that you're talking about. So lots of people are in their living room.
Yes, now.
They don't want any storefronts.
Man.
They don't want anybody to come and clamp down on them or put, what do they call that thing? Tax notice.
Tax notice, exactly.
So there are millions of businesses are avoiding government. What is the best thing government can do to encourage these guys to come out and be a part of this emerging economy that you're talking about?
So that's the reason for the Lagos Small Business Summit. Because what happens is that a typical creative person, like an entertainer, a producer, an entrepreneur,
designer or something,
all those guys are seeing the government as the enemy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they don't want to come close to the government. And what is happening is that the government has not put out enough information as to how to help the small businesses file for taxes. Like at the conference, a couple of guys were saying, we don't even know what to do as to how to begin. Secondly, your website is more confusing than anything else. Do you know? So when it comes to the website, it's no engagement, nothing as to how to start. Secondly, we want to even know that when we come forward, you don't now penalize us for the years that we'll be ignorant. But because someone said something at the summit, the tax guys just came and they slammed her with a bill of like 10 million naira. So first of all, I think that on the side of the taxman, they're just trying to, because they don't have any data. They just know that you've been doing this business and then they slam you with something. And then you now come back and I'll say, oh no, but so these are my books and this is it and this is it. This money, I don't have this money that you think I have. But then they just come and they slam you with something. So to avoid that, what you should do is actually try, even though that they're not friendly and they're not encouraging, try to file for taxes. Because it helps you for two reasons. One, if you want to scale and get investment into your business, it has to be seen that this business is in compliance with the law. Secondly, it will help you to get shut down one day, and then everything that you've worked for just goes down the drain.
Thank you so much, Charles. It was quite an enlightening discussion with you there, and I hope you've been able to learn something. So let's see how.
Thank you to TVC.
All right.
TVC was amazing, amazing.
All right. Okay. All right. So we have to head over to the kitchen now and talk about what's up. How far have we gone with our breakfast this morning?
Honestly, this breakfast is by far one of my most interesting breakfasts on set here. Check out what Chef Ife is making here. This is our sausage kebab. It is so colorful, and something that you need to know that I love about this food is the fact that she uses 0 to minimal amount of oil, which is so good for people, for general individuals who are really trying to keep it healthy. Just a tablespoon to make all of this. I love the colors. Now, is it possible to like just stir fry it without oil?
Yes, you can if you
want.
want.
You can do that as well, right?
Yes.
Oh, so that would make it like 100%.
Yes.
Oilless. So it would be oilless sweet potato.
Spanish omelette.
Spanish omelette. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what is the Spanish omelette about this meal?
The omelette is the way it's fried.
Okay.
You know, normal egg omelette, you just fry it and then you flip out.
Yes.
Yes. So that's
okay,
it.
so it's
so
the Spanish way now. So now
the Spanish way.
Parboiled,
which is the sweet. Yes,
sweet
parboiled. You can actually fry if you want to.
Fry?
Yes, you can just fry it a bit if you want to, but we parboil.
So like after boiling you fry or
just fry straight instead of parboiling. So
okay, so this is like the boiled version. So
yes.
You have the boiled
then you
version.
can mash.
Oh, okay.
Then you can still just use it this way.
This way.
And then mix all your ingredients. So that's what we're about doing now.
Okay.
So
now we're going to mix everything.
Everything. And then we fry.
Okay. So we'll mix it all and fry.
Yes.
Oh, I want to try putting this. Oh, careful.
Oops.
So for the kebab, I put the onions first, right?
Anyone.
Oh, anyone. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go with the onions first. Ooh, I feel like I own a Chef Tokbe.
Chef Topsy.
Chef Topsy. You know this. Never have I ever thought that I would make. Mine doesn't look as colorful as your own.
Another color.
Let me put red. Please come and buy. Oh, mine is for sale. Mine is not for free. Mike, will you come and buy? Okay, I think this is fine. Let me make my own extra. Oh, this is very yummy. It's too much. Okay. That's why I'm not the chef. That's why you're the chef. You know best. Okay. I just achieved my own sausage kebab.
So we are mixing in
the seasoning now.
Yes.
Okay.
According to your taste.
Oh, okay. So you can put more seasoning if you want.
More, yes, if you want. So
the egg now, is the egg going to be proportionate to the sweet potato?
You can use as many eggs as you want. You can use less if you want.
Oh, okay.
So I forgot my whisk.
We do have a whisk here, but you're all settled in.
So
okay. So this goes in next.
Yes.
How about if someone wants to put it, mix it on the fire? Or it's best to mix it off fire?
Just mix aside, yes.
Oh, okay.
So then you mix this, but I think this our bowl is small.
Yeah. So usually you would mix it into the bowl?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me reduce this. I don't know if it's much.
Okay. Oh, so you're okay. So when it's done, it's going to more or less like be together.
Yes.
Oh, so that's why you could also mash it as an alternative.
Yes, you can mash if you want. Yes. So you just mix. Make sure it's very well combined.
Okay.
Then you taste for your seasoning.
You taste with the raw egg?
Yes, you taste. If you're frying egg at home, don't you taste it?
No, I just assume.
No, you can't
I assume how it tastes.
You can't assume. Yes, you taste. You have to taste. You cannot just assume.
Okay. While making this at home, do not be like me. Make sure you taste.
So we are using back our pan.
Yeah. Okay. So we're putting this. Oh, we're using the pan now.
Yes. We're still using it.
Okay. So another tablespoon of oil. This is for healthy people.
Just a teaspoon.
Okay, now we're going to go back to putting it on the fire and making it get all together in one piece. But we're going to go on a break and we will be right back.
Well, we are still here, and the show remains Wake Up Nigeria.
Now we hope you're not just joining us, but if you are, welcome. I am Mike Mesikeno.
And I'm Yomi Obe. Don't forget that you can get online right now, stream with us, tvcentertainment.tv, and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Send in your comments. Would like to hear from you. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
If you haven't yet, you should download our mobile app. We're going to tell you why, probably from next week.
Yes, we have something coming up with and on the app, so you definitely have to keep tabs on that one.
Make sure you download it both on the Android and the iOS store.
Of course, we still have 45 minutes to go, and there's still a little bit quite a lot for you. We have entertainment news coming right up. We have a scoop on our celebrities and others and what they've been up to.
Yeah.
After party, party after party, party after party, party after party, after party after party.
Crazy. And then we're going to be having Ife join us on the show for a performance. You remember him from Big Brother in 2017.
I dey like fun, but I go manage clear you. No be saying I God, you know go ever near my review. I work very, very hard. Sometimes I put my bare foot.
There's some dance steps I need to learn. Now this party after party dance. Mike, I'm sure you've learned it already. That part, I'm so horrible at it.
Oh,
party
it's a dance?
Is it dance?
There's a dance now when they're singing the party.
Are you jamming somebody or something?
Today is World Day, International Day for Persons with Disabilities. Not disabled persons.
The way Yomi says is as if he knew it since.
No, wait now. So I'm being careful that you have to define it very carefully. So there are persons first.
Yes.
Then with disabilities instead of disabled persons.
Yes.
Okay. So I remember very clearly when we were in the university in Unilag. So we had a colleague on a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes, because it was the arts block, the elevators hardly worked. So every single time we had to find a way to get her upstairs. And, because of the way that we were all involved, so you see like 3-4 guys carrying a wheelchair up 4 flights of stairs every single time and bringing her down as well. And people used to get involved. So sometimes, even if we weren't there, because we would try and do it every single time that we could, but sometimes you're not there, other people would try and help her out. And her name was Shadi.
Okay.
It's Shadi. Her name is Shadi. And, so it was very nice. And I thought that people getting involved with her, just to her trying to get an education was really good. But it's not always like that for many of them.
Let me just share an experience when I traveled to the UK for holiday. So I met my mom's neighbor, and we just got talking, and I saw she has an autistic son. So I was just, just getting to understand the experience and how it is taking care of him. And she told me something that really caught my attention. She said children or individuals with disabilities are sometimes treated worse than people who are racist. They treat them worse than people who have.
You see, what I want to add is that look, almost all of these people is not of their own choice, or is not of their own making. Some were born that way, and then some. It could happen to anybody, an accident. You hear about somebody that you just out of not your own, somebody else. So it could be you. Like seriously now,
really
could be you. So some empathy is definitely necessary. Help as much as you can. When you see people who have
sometimes you would see, maybe you're at the bus stop, you will see somebody who tells you, I want to cross the road.
Yes.
Maybe they're blind. So you can help them. Like I usually would,
I think today, as we're celebrating International World Persons with Disability, you should do something remarkable. You should help someone you see, and if you could take a picture, use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria, so we know that you are doing something to help the persons with disabilities out there.
Oh, very nice, very nice. That's a good way to end it. We're heading to the news now, and Kemi's on standby for us.
Hello again. We begin in Ondo State, where policemen attached to Ushok checkpoint in Owo, local government area of the state, have allegedly shot a haulage driver moving a vehicle to Abuja. The driver was killed after an argument with a policeman on duty. This led to traffic snarl as many travelers were stranded. More policemen have been deployed to the scene of the incident to put the situation under control. A federal high court in Abuja has dismissed the suit filed by the Police Service Commission challenging the power of the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, to recruit 10,000 police officers. Justice Enyang Eko held in his ruling that the suit lacked merit. The commission had taken the police to court over the recruitment of 10,000 constables, as the two parties couldn't agree on who has the mandate to carry out the exercise. Joined as defendants in the suit were the Nigeria Police Force, Minister of Police Affairs, as well as the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The Police Service Commission had submitted that none of the respondents is authorized by law to play any role in the appointment, promotion, dismissal, or exercise of disciplinary measures over persons holding or aspiring to hold offices in the Nigeria Police Force. Meanwhile, a federal high court, this time in Ikoyi area of Lagos, has ordered for the interim forfeiture of the Ilorin residences of former President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission went to court on the grounds that both buildings were bought with the proceeds of what it called unlawful activity. The court order is to be published in national newspapers, and anyone interested in the properties would have to explain why the said properties shouldn't be forfeited to the federal government. The buildings are situated on numbers 10 and 11 Abdul Kadir Street of GRA, Ilorin. In Taraba State now, former Speaker of the House of Assembly, Abel Peter Dia, has congratulated his successor, Joseph Kunini, and other principal officers on their election and inauguration. In a statement signed by his Chief of Staff, the former Speaker said Governor Darius Ishaku will remain his political principal, describing his time as Speaker as a privilege in the service of Taraba State. Mr. Deer resigned on Sunday. He said his reasons was personal and says he decided to place the interest of Taraba State above everything else. Well, beginning from January 2020, evidence of tax payment will now be a condition for operating a bank account. That's according to the financial bill passed by the National Assembly. The bill submitted to the lawmakers with the 2020 budget by President Muhammadu Buhari is designed to improve financial operations in the country and streamline the tax regime. It's also expected to be signed with the budget before the end of the month, this to actualize the return to the January to December budget cycle. According to a section of the bill, banks will require anyone opening an account to provide tax identification numbers. Those who already have accounts will also be required to provide their tax identification numbers as well. The intention is to make sure that more people are captured into the tax net. And that's the news this hour on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Now, we promised you a performance earlier on, and this guy, his name is Efe. If you know him, if you see him on the screen now, you're seeing him on your screen right now. Yeah, that's him. The winner of Big Brother 2017. Now, he's been doing music for a while. We're going to be talking to him later on, but he has a performance for us this morning called Campaign. Efe, yes, are you ready for us?
Always ready. I was born ready.
So let's do it. Let's do it.
Time today.
It's cause I be right up for write-ups. Even from the horse's mouth, I know here make a ride on. Nobody they co-sign, all of them they look me man like direction with a no sign. I've been confused and about to lose. That's so I can't the booze just to clear my bruise. But I thank God for my life, oh. Just so much to live than to die for. So I say, hold up.
Pop! Okay now. All right, wonderful one there, great one there. Of course, we'll be talking to Efe later on. But then we have entertainment news, and the one and only Amal Kash is in the house.
What's good?
This your hair, you've not yet. you like it this way, eh?
I think it's a 50-50 because now everyone can notice me from afar. They're like,
stand up from the crowd, you know.
But it's not nice because sometimes you want to surprise someone. You want to just pop up on
we can see her from a distance away. It's great to have you. You're welcome.
You're glad to be here.
Okay, so this first story is one that is we understand quite a lot here because on different forums here on Max FM we've had Two-Face coming to the studio and talk Blackface. It's been on for a very long time, but it seems that finally it's over.
Yes,
like the drama is finally over between Two-Face and Blackface. Now it's no longer news that of course Two-Face and Blackface had issues, and of course, but now it seems like they've sorted it out. What's up?
I'm actually happy that they have because the last time we talked to Blackface, it was still quite from a hard place. And when I saw the news that they finally hashed it out, So it was a 50 million naira lawsuit. So
that brought them to the table.
Yeah.
Now, this was it. Now, Blackface posted on his Instagram, as you can see now. He shared photos of his lawyers and himself at the court premises. Now, they both agreed to settle out of court as Two-Face signed an undisclosed settlement agreement at the Ikeja High Court on Wednesday, November 27th, and reportedly dropped his 50 million naira defamation lawsuit against Blackface. Blackface also agreed not to publicly call out Two-Face, while the African Queen Corona agreed to work out an agreement that will enable Blackface to earn royalties. Right?
Oh Lord, undisclose me. I would like to have that, but no, I'm actually glad because these are two great people. If you've listened to both versions, they're two great versions. There's a two.
Which version? Blackface's version of Africa?
Blackface's version.
Really?
Yeah.
He did exactly the same thing. I just wanted to put. See, so at different times I'm taking shots at him, yeah. But you see, okay. So there's something he made at the end of that post on Instagram. Said, "So let's get back to music." Man, you had to take 12, 15 years before you go back to music. See, so yes, it can happen. These things happen.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so maybe you are right. Yes, okay, you took your song. You should not have done it. But man, you didn't have to take 15 years before you get back to music. Do other music.
Maybe
That's
he was
my
ready
own.
for 15 years. But no, I get what you're saying, and I think it was dealt with for so long that you know when you deal on something so long, like when you come back with someone and they're a celebrity, it drives it away. It starts to look like jealousy in a way,
Yes,
and that's what it appeared like.
Like I feel like as much as, you know, when I think about the African Queen, you put that hit together. You are a great mind, Blackface, but I think that there's a lot of your creativity that might have gone still fighting on this
I
thing.
think what as Africans we haven't realized is if you're a songwriter, doesn't mean you're going to be good as a performer. Now, Two-Face is a great performer. As we all know, he's a great performer, he's a great songwriter. So if he did it well, you don't need to do a lawsuit because if you did it yourself, how many views would you get?
They've settled.
They've settled.
Thank you very much, Blackface. Great one. Maybe you guys can do a collab.
Back to the music.
That would be lovely. That would be lovely. All right. Of course. But this is from Fuse ODG, who put up a post, and he said, "I never asked Ghanaian DJs to stop playing Nigerian songs." Right? Now, he's come out to deny, telling Ghanaian DJs that he told them to stop playing. I saw that post, and people, we bloggers and some people just took the thing to another side. He made mention that Ghanaian music should be supported. That means that you should give airtime to a lot of Ghanaian music and all that.
You should play Ghanaian music 80% of the time in Ghana and 30%. And we had the same problem in my country, but whoever raised it up was shut down immediately. Okay. Because the thing is, Nigerian music is far because one, it's good. Two, you guys have a big population.
True.
So you can support yourselves. Now, you're not going to get ahead by shutting down. You're not going to tell a place to shut down Nigerian music so that your music can prosper. If your music is good, it will prosper. You get it will prosper either way. So, okay, now he's coming out to say that that's not what he said, which is great. But I still think telling people to cut down Nigerian music so that their music can play doesn't make sense. If your music was good, instead of telling people to shut down Nigerian music, match up to Nigerian music.
Okay, so I personally, I saw that post and I didn't think he said shut down Nigerian music. I don't think so. I just said
he said reduce
support. But the one I saw,
we support.
He said support, like, so Ghanaian DJs, like, give some time, like, allow the Ghanaian music industry to go, because if the Nigerian music...
Sarkodie, isn't he supported? Shatawale, isn't he supported?
Not the Stone Boy and all of that, not the big ones only, but at least the upcoming ones. I agree with him, seriously, man. Every other place, you have your own music, and I think that at a particular point in time, you have to intentionally support.
But even here, how many people are we supporting? How many people are we supporting here?
Okay. She feels that he doesn't really have a point. And, yeah, well.
I'm not understanding it, but I guess it's just I'm really not. I don't get it. I don't get the point.
Okay, let's feel this. I think he had something to say about that.
Yes, Fuse ODG here, and I'm here to discuss this whole issue about Nigerian music being played in Ghana. So first of all of this is actually based on a retweet. It wasn't an actual tweet from me. RT, the young talented Ghanaian artist who was frustrated about not getting airplay, which I can sympathize with as an artist because it's not easy as an underground artist on the come up in any country. But I guess there's a few things that we need to address. One of them is he said limit, not stop. I've seen a lot of headlines saying that I want Nigerian music to be, not be played in Ghana. But if you know me as an artist, if you know me as Fuse ODG and my philosophy, you would know that I would never say anything like that, because I have too much love for Africa. I have too much love for Nigeria and its people and its music, and I'm even blessed.
He said it all. Let's move on to our next story.
Definitely,
he said it all.
definitely.
Yeah, so this one has to do with you.
It really does.
Yeah,
I'm
Ugandan
excited for this
superstar.
one. Like,
and brother, countryman of Amal, big drills, party after party. Is there a Nigeria that had that song? It's a Ugandan.
It's a Ugandan.
No, it's like one of the biggest songs in 2019.
And the funny thing, it came out like in July.
It came out like in July.
Yeah, because I think that's when the pastor said it, because the story behind it is...
tell us the story behind that song.
A pastor went on TV and he was like, I don't know what Ugandan youth do. All they do, he was trying to talk against fornicating and whatever. Yeah. So he's like, all Ugandans do is party after party. So then the hashtag started. People were like, what are Ugandans known for? Everyone was like, party after party. So Big Show was smart enough to go and create a song out of it.
Okay.
And when it came out, it wasn't like well recorded, but like we were all supporting, and now we have...
The guy don't blow. The guy has blown, man. Let's feel this. That's the jazzy, yo.
Party after party.
Huh?
Party after party.
Party after party.
After party after.
Okay, I'm on. So, and that's it. Thank you for giving that background story. At least now I know. There was a pastor. So that pastor has been a blessing to Big Trio's life.
And people have been saying that he should credit the pastor, but why?
Okay. Thank you so much, Amal. It's always a pleasure having you in the house. Yeah. And that's it on Entertainment News. Keep on going. The party after party goes on after this break. On Wake Up Nigeria, I have FA coming right up. Don't go away.
Efe Ejeba, who was relatively unknown until he popped on our screens in 2017 with Big Brother Naija, where he eventually emerged winner.
Yeah, but away from that, I don't know why he's hiding.
Let's see you.
From that particular fame. Moving on from Big Brother Naija, which is just 2 years ago. He is also a singer, a rapper with a number of singles to his name, and he's joining us on the show today. We dragged him out of bed very early.
Yes, we did.
That's why he has the shades
Based on logistics.
I knew you were going to ask why I'm wearing my shade. That's the truth. I don't usually wake up this early.
You don't usually wake up this early. We knew
You're
it.
living the life.
He's living the life, has some bling, as in his bling actually has Efe on it.
Now, my birthday is in a few days. Please just give me this one. On live TV, you can't say no. You can't, as we didn't chop your money. As in, let's shall collect something. We can sell
but
it.
you can't wear Efe now.
I'll wear it. I'll say Efe the star.
It caused a lot of issues.
So how you been? How you been, man?
I've been good.
Yeah, so 2 years and counting.
And counting.
In this journey of
just
yours.
like in marriage, 2 years and counting.
But you're one of the people that right off the bat, right after Big Brother Naija, you knew what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you started doing it. So tell us about that journey, that 2-year journey, right after.
It's not new what I wanted to do. It's a continuum. I've been doing it. I started music in 2010.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Immediately I got admission into University of Jos, started making music while schooling, and over time I had to decide which was going to be what I'll pursue, and the music was forefront, but I needed to complete the education. So I graduated. That was in 2015, which is supposed to be 2014 now, based on strike and everything. Immediately, I didn't even wait for service. I came to Lagos to continue the music. Lagos is like the American dream for Nigerians. So come here to push the music hustle. I released an EP in 2016, immediately after service, because I was shuffling between Lagos and where I was serving. That was in Oka. I released an EP, a body of work called Lagos, to tell my whole story about it. Yeah, I released some good tracks. I had Thank God, which was more like the prophecy of what happened to my whole life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so after that, then I just saw the auditions for Big Brother. And me, I was more keen about the money and what to do to my music career. So I just took the opportunity and voila. Okay. So 2 years afterwards, so I just continue what I've been doing, making music and just putting it out there. And that's the thing.
Okay, so now, after Big Brother, when you released Somebody,
Yeah, I released based on logistics.
Based on logistics and somebody, yeah. Now, a lot of fans, a lot of people on social media had their complaints about your song, about your talent rather, or about your skill, whichever would use. Now, how did you deal with that? With people saying, oh, if you try doing something else, music is not for you. Did you at any point feel the pressure of maybe music really isn't for me?
No. Because I have my pedigree for me. Before coming to Lagos, I was the winner of Just Bring It On, a music talent show organized by a 2009 Big Brother Africa winner, Kevin Pam. So I won the best rap category. And then it was barely 300K, but it was something though. That was in 2013. And within that period, I was just maybe one of the most popular in school to becoming the most popular in Jos. So as of 2013, 2014, I used to fill up. I used to get like I performed a capacity of 6,000, and they were all out there to watch me because we used to have like trade fair of days, so I was headlining a day. So you should know that level of growth that have been this big. So I'm not moved at any opinion that has been said about my music, because I just know music is a growth process. I wasn't this good. I started making music and learning and became somebody just before I had to move to Lagos. So it wasn't really a big deal.
Yeah, let's talk to us about this collaboration on Campaign, the song you just performed for us today with Ice Prince, and you just putting the song together and putting it out there.
Actually, funny enough, I'm not really the collaborative type because of the so many difficulties that surround it, both intentionally and unintentionally, scheduling and all this stuff. So I just like to make my music on my own and just dish it out when I want to. Yes, but as growth is a process and you work with different people, you get different advices and what to do and what not. And so I wanted to this time put out a song that's appealing. So I just needed people who are already appealing generally to Nigerians. And I just recorded, I did a verse. I didn't even know who was going to be on the song actually, because I was working.
Who did the artist selection?
It was, I went to see Ice Prince and we're just chilling. So he inspires me a lot. So he plays me his unreleased track. So he'll be like, okay, if you play me your own now. So I played some, then I played this, and he had the verse, and like, this thing mad though. So just called his producer to come, and I said, Baba, it will be an honor if you actually jump on this. You're like, sure, 2 seconds, man. Ice Prince did his verse, and that was it then. But there was no hook on the song. So I was discussing with my manager, who I'm going to put that will make more sense. He just suggested Budge. Immediately I got Budge's number, I reached out to him, and he was just awesome. 2-3 days, he sent back the vocals. So everything was just easy and smooth. Down to the video shoot, I just gave them the dates. They all turned up at the time I requested, and it was great.
So, collaboration is easier than
it's actually easier than I expected or I thought. Yeah.
So maybe because of the guys you also worked with as well. Because, because since you had a good relationship with them.
Of course, and I think it's personality also. I didn't have any relationship with Budge. At least Ice Prince is my hero sort of. Yes, my just brother. But Budge, that was the first time communicating with him, but he just acted like a brother, and he was all nice. So shout out to Budge, man.
Also, before we go into Campaign, I want to talk about your love life.
Hey, whoa.
Last we heard of Marvis, but we've not heard anything. So what's happening? Because that ship on the Big Brother house was really sailing. So what happened?
Life happened.
So let me get this right. Was it a strategy? Because if the love we saw was so deep and then we come out and life happened, what was this life that happened?
It's just like normal life situation. You think it will work, then it's not. It didn't work.
So it was your fault? Fame?
Not
money.
really.
You didn't want to share your money?
No, not really. It's just
life.
Based on logistics.
Based on logistics. So speaking of money, I don't know if it was a joke or if it was real, but on a recent interview, I mean, we all heard it. We all saw it on social media. You said your 25 million is remaining 75K. I was like, I don't understand. I think we need to ask you what he did with it. But that was a joke, right?
Yeah, obviously. I was being sarcastic.
So
Nigerians, we do a lot. We deal a lot with headlines and not in details. And so I don't know if when people, maybe these blogs, they find out that negativity sells from this person, so they try to capitalize on it. So I just have this particular blog who are just waiting for anything negative from me. So somebody asked me like, how much is left? So I just told him, yo, we just went to chill, and we've blown 25K. Now this was left from 100K. So they just took the caption.
As
they
the
cut
headline.
that particular as the headline and it ran. And these days, I don't know, I want to wish the journalists well to do more better research before copying headlines from everywhere. But it's all fun and good. And shout out to those who supported me or are supporting me. They say person will suffer, they get sense. So y'all should know now. We're hustling now.
You know, a lot of artists have their moments, the high moments, the average moments, and the low moments. And now you're a reality star and an artist. Now, how did you, when the other sets of housemates came, how did you manage the fact that, okay, another set of celebrities are coming out? How do I stay relevant?
Okay, to be honest with you, when you said I'm a reality star, if you see my eyes, you open, oh, not true. I've never seen myself as a reality star. To be honest with you, I'm not about the glamour and all this stuff. Me, a hustler. I just want to collect my money, perform my song, go my house. I don't want you to know who I'm dating, who I'm not dating. I don't even want you to know my parents, my family. Just leave me to.
So you're dating? Tell us now.
Yes, I'm dating.
Somebody's really putting you under pressure.
Is she an entertainer? Is she an entertainer?
No, she's not.
She's not an entertainer.
Yes, of course.
We'll be checking your Instagram. We'll be stalking you. Just give us a snippet.
Yeah.
But where does she work? Is she in the banking industry? Please, now, before we go for your breakfast, just tell us.
See, I'm very hungry right now. When the food not ready.
Now, wow. So you don't tell us her name.
Anyway,
at least
I was trying to make
market.
a point. I was saying something.
Yeah. So you were saying that.
Yeah. So as regards the other housemates, so I just went to do my best, and my best was crowned by God's grace, and so I'm just on my house. So I'm not really concerned as to who is the next set of housemates. Or it's because Third Mainland are fallings. They also come out and continue the hustle. So it's no a big deal. And once you've been able to create your brand as a person, you shouldn't be scared about anybody.
I like all your proverbs and anecdotes. Third Mainland are falling.
I never thought it was.
Person will suffer, then they get sense.
They get sense.
Things like that.
I mean, have you suffered?
Nuggets of wisdom this morning from Efe. And based on that...
That's for those who they hear pidgin. How are we going to translate that? Person will suffer.
Someone who has suffered.
Yeah.
Someone who has suffered is very wise.
Wisdom.
Is wise. And the Third Mainland Bridge has 4 lanes.
Oh my goodness. That's topper for you there.
Yes, that's me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Efe. You're going to be joining us in the kitchen.
Yeah, of course. Please.
Chef Efe has been eagerly waiting for you.
What if we say
I've
you
been
do not
eagerly
have
waiting
breakfast?
for her also.
You go waste time. You don't go see this food yet. How will you talk down?
Efe, please have a seat over here.
Please have a seat here.
Oh, I thought I would stand and eat.
No.
Wow.
I have the main seat.
No, but you said you were going to leave before.
No, I will not leave.
Okay, so Chef Efe has been making something really interesting. Now, if you're one who wants to try an alternative this Christmas, I would totally suggest that you go for this potato Spanish omelette.
So this dark part is like cheese or something?
Yes, it's cheese. You should have seen the process.
Bottom side of the pan, so.
Yeah, so please quickly run us through how
pan-seared,
Yeah, pan-seared.
Okay, so these are we use our sweet potato, eggs, tomatoes, veg. Generally vegetables.
Yes.
And then this is chicken sausage kebab.
Okay.
Chicken sausage kebab. Okay,
yes.
let's have a taste and see.
That's for you.
I'll leave you with
the Wow.
Yeah, so you can start from anywhere.
You can start from anywhere.
Let us know what you think about...
Start with this.
That is not a meal.
Yeah.
That is a sausage, chicken sausage.
Chicken sausage. Okay, she's just trying to...
Over 10.
The meal. You have to try the meal.
Ooh. Okay.
This is really nice.
It's really nice. Yeah. Okay, now let's have you try.
Okay, so try the sweet potato. What did you call it? Spanish
omelette.
Spanish omelette with sweet potatoes.
Yes.
Okay, so while she's doing that, we're going to start rounding off the show right now. Big thank you to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories on Wake Up Nigeria as usual.
And also every other person who came on the show, every guest. Thank you for being a part of the show. We'll see you midweek tomorrow.
Wednesday for the midweek edition of the show.
Yes.
Big thank you to you guys for joining us this morning.
Thank you for the food.
Thank you. We are full.
Oh, wow.
Make sure you come back. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Wednesday.
Bye.